The legend of the Jersey Devil has turned out to be a real mystery. You might think the reality of a flying demon creature is crazy, but there are tons of credible witnesses who swear it's real. So many people believe in these paranormal monsters that New Jersey has an entire museum dedicated to them. The lady who runs this place has to have a good story about the Jersey Devil.
We get people who come to the Paranormal Museum who are every level of interest, and it's every walk of life. So we kind of have a little bit of something for everybody. I would say within the last 5 or 6 years, the popularity of the Jersey Devil has just exploded. And people are looking at their world in a different way, and they're looking at it and they're saying, all of these things that we were told were impossible, while they may not be probable, they're certainly within the realm of possibility. And so that just leads them to be more and more curious about the stories they've been hearing for generations. One of my favorite Jersey Devil stories actually involves a young man and his father, and they'd gone down to the Pine Barrens. And the father believed that he was taking his son on just a kind of bonding experience.
We used to come out here when we were kids.
And he decided that he was going to scare his son just a little bit by telling a tale of the Jersey Devil.
This is where we would wait to see the Jersey Devil.
And in his story, he talked about back in colonial days, they didn't have cell phones and they didn't have flashlights. And he talked about them being out in the woods just as he and his son were.
You can almost imagine if he was there, you could feel his eyes looking at you.
And come a certain time of year that just so happened to be this time of year, they would hear strange sounds. They would hear the sounds of footsteps surrounding the campfire. Now, as he was telling the story, he started to notice that he was hearing the sounds of what he thought at first were people walking around the campfire. And so he continued with the story, and of course his son was getting more and more frightened. But the footsteps started to be faster and faster, and they did not sound like people any longer. They sounded like it must be something with 4 legs, kind of running in a circle around the fire. And his son is getting more and more frightened, but what he's not saying to his son is that he himself is getting more and more frightened.
Did you hear that?
So he continues to tell the story until finally it is time for them to go to sleep. And so during the course of that night, his son falls asleep, the fire dampers down, and he himself is now going to sleep. And he starts to hear not just hooves running around the campfire, but wings flapping around the campfire. And he describes them as enormous wings. He picks up his son in the middle of the night, he packs up the tent, he puts him in his 4-wheel drive, and he takes off. And to this day, he swears that the Jersey Devil heard him talking about him and came down to teach him a lesson, that don't speak the name of the Jersey Devil unless you want the Jersey Devil to come to you.